Hello everybody and welcome back to some more FrostPunk. We're back. It's day 34, it's -70, it's so freaking cold. It's 9:21 AM, and at the very end of the last episode, we enacted the new order law at the bottom of the purpose tree here, this one right here, basically giving us unlimited, unchecked power, making us the one true ruler of our city, and saying that anybody who disagrees with us, anybody who does not follow our plan, can be exiled, they can leave, they're not going to get our help, they're gone. And so, it's pretty good. Hope is now not an issue. We only have obedience, which is great, and so really, at this point, we only have to worry about discontent, which is pretty great, but at the same time, things are also not looking too great. You'll see there are a lot of red icons on the screen right now, and if we're not careful, we could very much so still lose in the final few days here if things go really bad for us, which they could, because we are real far behind on technology. If we look at the tech tree here, we're coming to the end, and we haven't really gotten too far into the 3rd level here, let alone the 4th and the 5th level. Now, I think the next thing that we are probably going to work on when it comes to technology, which I think we are ready to do. Yeah, we can do more research, I believe. And so let's go, I think, with the factory, because people in the comment section did tell me that eventually we get the ability to build automatons, right? And I believe that we unlock that through the factory, right? Now, I'm not quite sure which one it is, but you can see we've got, like, engineer automatons, medical automatons, streamlined automatons. I'm not quite sure if just unlocking the factory lets us make them. That would be fantastic if it did, because it means we'd be able to increase our productivity so much for wood, for coal, for steel, all that kind of stuff. It'll be great. Not quite sure if that's the case, but nevertheless, I would like to begin on that. But the same story as always, we don't have enough freaking steel. Now, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the last episode, we did assign a bunch of people to steel, and so let's hit play. We've only got 5 hours left on the coal generator there, but I think that will be fixed as soon as people get to work. Execution platform. Certain execution platform has been set up by the generator. Whenever you order it to be put to use, a public enemy will be executed. This will lower discontent greatly. Wow. Okay. So note to future self, if you have the opportunity to publicly execute somebody, we should probably do it, because if we can reduce discontent, that really takes away our one and only, like, lose condition, right? The only way we can lose right now, I think, is one, all of our people die, which is possible. We've got 44 people who are gravely ill and 89 people who are sick. The reason for that, by the way, is because all of these buildings are too cold to work, so none of our medical posts are currently online. That is something that we definitely should look towards fixing, and is definitely something we should look towards researching, because under heating here, we can improve the efficiency of our heaters, thus allowing us to heat up every single building individually without it being such a hefty burden on our coal supply. I am going to turn these on, mostly because we need our people to get better. If they get better, they can get back to work, and they can be more productive, and we can do research faster, all that kind of stuff, even though it is going to reduce the amount of coal that we have and the number of hours we have left on our generator, which is not great. I'm not going to lie. I was saying something. Oh, I was talking about discontent. Our only lose condition is discontent getting too high, all of our people dying, and I think that's it. I think those are the only 2 ways that we can lose. I'm not even sure if you lose if all of your people die. I assume you do, but I have never seen that occur, so I'm not too sure. Let's see here. Grim news. Sir, there has been a terrible accident in one of our industrial facilities. Almost an entire team of workers has been killed. Should we cover it up and tell the people that they went on an urgent expedition? Yes, it's better for us all. The accident will be covered up. Or no, tell the truth, hope will fall. So, we don't have to care about truth, which is pretty good. Simultaneously, I don't see a reason why we should tell people about it, right? It might build trust, it might make them like us a bit more, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna help. I'm gonna cover it up. I'm gonna cover it up. I don't see any ramifications really for this happening. The annoying thing is it's going to hurt our steel production, which is kind of the biggest factor here. But 3 of our people died. Severe frostbite. A citizen has entered for a limb amputation. Oh my goodness. Also, I did realize between episodes that over here we completely neglect the sawmill every time. It is ice cold over here. We definitely need to have the heater on over there. This is probably where a lot of our sick and all of our amputees are coming from, is the sawmill, because I'm always focusing on the coal mine and then on kind of the steel and workshop area that we have over here. I keep forgetting that we have a sawmill that people actually work at, and it is extremely cold over there. Even with the heater on, we should probably look to getting another one of these steam hubs built over here, but really right now we don't have the luxury of excess coal to be able to do that, and so it's just gonna have to wait, I think, for the time being. But before I hit play, let's go ahead and pick a technology. I really want to go with heater efficiency here. Heaters will burn 1 less coal per hour. -1 coal per heater. But at the same time, I think that the factory gives us more kind of long-term survivability, whilst the heaters solves a more short-term problem and keeps our coal usage down, which is something that is obviously vastly important to the game. I think that the factory might allow us, if we can get it, to build automatons and hopefully kind of survive and push through to the very end here. We'll find out. But here we go again, refugees from Frostland, the third wave, the third group of refugees is here. Everyone's welcome, 60 people, 50 of them gravely ill, that's way too many. Will enter our city, discontent will rise considerably. Only the healthy ones, 10 people will enter the city, discontent will rise slightly, hope will fall, doesn't really matter. Send them away, hope will fall. I think we've got to continue doing what we've been doing for all of the refugees here. We have over 100 sick people ourselves and almost 50 gravely ill already here. I really don't think that we can take on another 50 gravely ill. It's just not something that our city is built to handle right now, and so I'm going to, again, say that we'll take the healthy ones. Alright. Oh, what looms ahead? So we can now clearly see what the refugees were running from. The Great Frost is coming. We have to prepare. Our scientists say they can calculate the severity of the storm from observations. They just need a day or two to prepare the instruments and install them in the beacon. I can see it there in the background. It's a bit scary. I don't love it. I also did not realize that I could rotate here. I had no idea. I thought we were locked on like this camera angle. It's a bit late to be figuring that out. Apparently there's some wood over here. I would very much like to get that. Although we're not too desperate for wood right now. I really hope that our scout teams can get here and get back before they get engulfed by the storm, and we should probably start sending them this way when we send them out again, right? Because I assume if they're like in one of these areas when the storm hits, I don't know if it does actively move towards us in like the animation or not, but if it does, then I'm assuming we probably just lose the scout team if they are out there when it hits. But nevertheless, that's fine. We can deal with that. We just know that a frost is coming. Oh my goodness, the temperature has risen to -50. It is going to go down again to -70 and then back up to -60, but for the time being at least, being at -50 is actually a huge benefit to us. It's super useful. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so let's speed this up here. We've only got 7 gravely ill now, which is good. Our medical posts are doing good work. But before I forget, I do only have 5 hours left to build another medical post. I don't think that this is going to do any good. Like, I'm going to put it down over here, and we'll assign one person to it. But I think as soon as the quest over here is complete, once the people are happy that I am listening to them, we'll probably just delete it because it's too far out from the generator to be warm and to be usable. And we just don't have the spare people right now. I say that, we've got 19 spare people. I should really start assigning those guys to work. Most of them are engineers, which is good because it means we can put them onto the workshops here and try and get that research going as fast as possible. And speaking of workshops, actually, people did point out in the comment section, I kind of had conflicting information when it came to the workshops at first. Originally, I thought that you could only have 4, and then adding more didn't actually do anything. It turns out that you can add more than 4, but you get diminishing returns on your workshops after the 4th workshop, or I guess after the 3rd workshop. I think the way it works is that the 1st workshop unlocks you the ability to do research, right? The 2nd one, I believe, gives you a 30% increase to the speed at which research is done. Then I think the 3rd one gives you a 20% increase. The 4th one, I believe, gives you a 10% increase. And then after that, I believe that every subsequent one also gives you a 10% bump. Those numbers might not be exactly correct, but I think that's the general gist of how the workshops work. And so if we wanted to rapidly increase the speed at which our research was being done, we could go ahead and put down some more of the workshops here. And I think I might actually put another one right here. I don't know. Here feels like a better spot because it's kind of more in the circle where the heater is. But here seems more accessible. I'm going to put it here and hope that it's close enough to not be ice cold, and hope that it does give us at least a little bit of a bump to our research speed, because if we can get that up and running, oh gosh dang it, healthcare, oh no. I even built the thing, it's right there. All I have to do is press this button and, oh, fine. Demolish this for me, would you? We don't need it. All right, and speaking of buildings, actually, the generator's going to shut down now, which is real bad. That's not good at all. But our scouts have arrived. I'll come back to the generator thing in a minute. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing over. The Americans use this opportunity to set up a fishing village. It's deserted now. No place for the weak. The fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, do not return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's... Windows, get out of here. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure, and soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. Discovered sites, Tesla City. So we can leave the village intact, or we can dismantle the huts for wood. I'm not sure. So again, looking at the map, it looks like this storm is coming in at us from kind of the direction of the fishing village. Now, I don't know if that's going to move over slowly, or if it's just going to come all at once. I think that it's probably going to be best if we build an outpost there to increase our food supply, especially if we do have a big frost coming and we're eventually not able to use it and we need to stockpile food. I think that could definitely be useful. So I'm going to leave it intact and I'm going to try and set up an outpost there. Can I set up an outpost there right now? I don't think I can. And actually, do I need to complete another research? This outpost depot manages transportation from the coal mine. So do I have to build another outpost depot, I guess? Let's see. We need 45 steel. Oh my goodness, we're so freaking low on steel. Can we get more workers on that steel plant, please? We need so much steel. In fact, I might even initiate a 24-hour work shift. What's the temperature like over here? It's cold. It's very cold. I'm going to turn these on, and I'm going to initiate a 24-hour work shift. I want to do it twice, but I'll compromise and we'll do longer working days as well. But we need steel. We need steel. If we don't have it, we're not going to be able to proceed in any kind of efficient way. And so I feel that is definitely necessary if we're going to get anything done here. All right. Also, another huge thing that I'm going to talk about in a second because our scouts are ready. That's the fishing village. Exiled colony. Let's explore. Dying exiles. Some of the exiles are still alive, just barely. We could try bring them to our city, although they might die on the way. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. We read the last entry. Exiled from the Tesla City, with food and fuel running out, we sent the strongest among us to search for help. They're our last hope. We're afraid this refers to the poor Yankees we buried. Oh. So we can bring them with us. The scouts will set out towards our city and bring the exiles quickly and safely with them. Gives us 35 more workers and 19 more engineers, which might be quite good. The scouts will abandon them. At the very end here, the scouts will rob the dying exiles and leave them to die. Oh, that is cold. That is very cold. Now, what I don't understand is why we can't bring them back with their stuff. That feels like it would be a much better solution than the option we have here. If I could bring them back, because I kind of want to bring them back. Having more engineers is going to be a huge help for us. But at the same time, I really want that steel. That's 109 steel right there. That lets us do some research, do some buildings. The wood's going to help us build some more houses, which is something I was about to talk about, is the fact that our housing is so very poor and is one of the main reasons, I think, why so many of our citizens are ill. And so, as cold as it is, I'm going to rob them and leave them to die. It feels horrible. We robbed the exiles and left. As soon as we started packing up, some of our exiles stirred from their death-like slumber and seeing us start to ask for help. We explained that we first had to store the supplies for the journey, then they seemed reassured and didn't try to stop us anymore. So we told them we were going to take them with us, packed up all the supplies, and then left without them. That's cold. That's so cold. These guys have got 2 cores, I think. I should probably send them here, though, first, Tesla City, just because it's a bit close, and then we can have them come back after that. You guys, on the other hand, should come back home with all that wood and all that steel. Oh! That doesn't feel good. That does not feel good. It's in keeping with our dictatorship, but boy, does it not feel good. All right, let me pause here real quick. These, I don't know why these keep turning off. I kind of want these on all the time. Like, this is open 24 hours. These should be on 24 hours. I don't want to have to keep turning these on every single day to make sure that our people get treatment. But we do have another pop-up over here. What we got? Apathy sets in. So the people you ordered to stay for yet another emergency shift, we haven't had that many, come on now, are working very slowly. After many hours of toil, they have become apathetic. They don't see how we can survive the storm no matter how well we prepare. Force them to work harder or let them be. This workplace will operate at 50% efficiency during the emergency shift. I think we've got to go with this. I think we've got to let them be here. We could force them to work harder and get it back up to 100%, but discontent is already quite high. Getting it any higher would not work well for us. Also, the cookhouse, which is not that one, it's this one. That's the hothouse. It's this one. We need to get this thing heated up as well because we've got a bunch of raw food, but nobody can use it because the cookhouse is too cold to actually do any work. And so, finally, back to the houses that I was talking about. We're still using tents. We're 35 days in and we're still using tents, when realistically, we should have upgraded our housing to maybe a bunkhouse or even gone a step further in the research tree here and unlock the research for actually building a proper house and put them in there as well. I think that's, like I said earlier, one of the main reasons why so many of our people are sick. It's because they're so cold, because their houses, despite being so close to the generator, are still cold. They're not even livable. Most of them are just a cold, you know, which gives them a moderate risk of getting ill. It's real bad. We do have these guys over here who are living it up in the bunkhouses where it's chilly, which is kind of the best it gets outside of apparently being in the prison, which is, I'm not turning that on. We can turn that right back off. The prison is livable. And so for now, the prison is fine. But flipping heck, right, we've got a good amount of coal, which is good. I do want to build more houses, but before we build more houses, we've got other stuff we need to do. We need to build ourselves that outpost depot so we can actually start to get some of that fish food coming back to us, at which point, hopefully, we can remove a couple of people from the hunter's hut and reassign those guys elsewhere. We've got 29 homeless people. How did we just acquire so many homeless? It must be the, I say it every time, it'll be because we are healing people, right? I think we've actually just made progress, and so now that our people are healed, they need a place to live. They can't live in the medical beds anymore, and so I think I've got to start building at least some bunkhouses. We could build more tents, because tents don't require steel, and we need the steel. Oh, that's bad, but it just creates this perpetual cycle where we build tents to save on steel, but then we have less workers, and thus we can get less steel. And so I think, in the grand scheme of things here, we should put down like 2 more bunkhouses here. And by 2, I guess I mean 3. I guess we can put one like over here as well, because we have 30 homeless, and so we need 3 houses to let them live in. Let's also go ahead and quickly build some paths so they can actually get to their place of residence, like that. And I guess, for now at least, like that. I wouldn't want to live next to the prison, honestly, but I think it's better to live next to the prison and be warm than to live elsewhere and be cold. You can see here, they got the little frost icon now, telling us that it is very cold there. Ouch. Why is it so cold? Is our generator... Oh, the generator's off. Turn the generator on. Why the heck is the generator offline? Gosh dang it. Factory researched. Okay, let me pause. I can't do any more research just yet because we don't have enough steel. That's fine. What we can do... Oh, we can't even put down another depot. What we can do is look at putting down the factory. 15 steel. All right, I think we've got to wait until our team of steel carriers gets home in 12.5 hours. We should maybe also look at building another steelworks. I can't put it here. It needs to be on this side. There's like another patch of steel somewhere. We've got coal over here, so I can't put it there. I don't think we can put another one of these down. I don't think we have like the space to. I don't think we've got any more naturally spawning steel that we can use, which is not the best, I will be the first to admit. Is the cookhouse operational? Waiting for workers? Nobody's here? Get to work. Flipping heck. Oh my goodness. We'll assign some workers there. Hopefully these 35 people will stop being hungry fairly soon. Also, the factory does allow us to pass the amputees law, or the prosthetics law even, I should say, and allow our workers who are amputees to get prosthetics and thus become workers again. And so hopefully that's something we can do fairly soon here. For somehow we've managed to increase the number of hungry despite lowering the amount of food that we've got. It's crazy. Also, I'm going to bring this down to level 2 just to give us more time. It's not going to be as good for the people living here, but at the same time it is going to increase. And I could probably also turn these off as well, make them livable, not necessarily comfortable, just to save on fuel. But yeah, we'll turn that down to get us through the night, because now we're no longer on a timer here for the coal, which is good. You guys are waiting to do a research, which we can now do because we got 41 steel. And so I think we should probably look how we got the steam steelwork. Allows us to build a steam steelwork, uses steam power to extract iron ore from deep deposits and process it quicker, delivering up to 70 steel per standard workday. Would be nice. Simultaneously, What can we do here? I really want to get a factory down, actually. Before we do research, which we... I say that. Is there any research we can do that doesn't require steel? Because if there is, we should do that. Right? Any research that doesn't require steel. Any at all. Any research whatsoever that does not require steel. I'm going to assume that the answer is no there. It looks to be a very solid no, which annoys me because I really want people working on it. But then again, I guess overnight they're not going to work anyway. So let's see about getting a factory down. If the factory can get us automatons, I think we are in a good position. I'm not quite sure what the benefit of putting a factory down over the resources is. It does show us that we can do that. I think for now, I'm just going to put the factory down like here and hope that it gives us the option to at least research the ability to make automatons. That would be great. Whether or not that's the case, we're going to find out. Also, our scouts are here. Let's explore Tesla City. Able minds and bodies will prevail over the cold, reads the slogan above the entrance to Tesla City. A central tower shines with the blue glow of electric discharges, which form a protective dome over the town. But something went wrong here. There are charred bodies lying in the streets, and the stench of burned flesh taints the air. We saw a lightning streak from the tower, hitting a building and leaving a gash in the roof. Risk entering the city or stay away from the city? We've got to risk it, right? I don't want to lose my people, and I don't want to lose the steam cores. But at the same time, if we can get some of the cool stuff they've got here, we entered the city. As soon as our scouts entered the city, we lost contact with them. There's no telling what happened, but we presume they're all dead. So that's the... Oh, we can send an outpost team there. An outpost can be set up here, delivering an estimated 1 steam core every 1 day. That's cool. We could need that, especially if steam cores are required to build automatons, which I'm assuming they will be. But really, I think food's more important right now. 100 raw food per day is going to be so useful to us. All right, let's speed things up here. Let's try and get... oh! Scouts number 2 have returned safely to the city. Nice! Okay, that's good, because it means we can actually go ahead and pick a new research technology without having to wait until morning, which is real nice indeed. I think we've got to go with heater efficiency upgrade. As much as I would like some other stuff, advanced measurement instruments installed in the beacon will enable us to gauge the severity of the incoming storms. It would be nice to know, I guess, but at the same this is so bad. We've done like none of this research, but at the same time, I've got to go with the heater efficiency upgrades. We need to get our coal consumption down. We need to start stockpiling stockpiling coal, sorry, for when the cold gets to us, when the storm arrives, so that we can survive. Oh my goodness. Runaway child. Sir, a man is here to see you. He says that his daughters have run away after the news of the storm spread. He wants to borrow a scout sled to go after her. She's a big girl, but she was always very impulsive, and she scares easily, her father explains. I must find her before she's lost for good. She's all I have left. He'll die. Stop him. This man will be prevented from leaving the city. Hope will fall. You don't have enough food rations to help him, or ignore him. I think we've got to stop him leaving. Hope will fall, but hope can't fall. And so I think that's fine. And although he has my sympathies, we don't have the ability to help him, right? There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Let's go round up some bad guys, get discontent down. We've also got the propaganda machine. We can also pump out a propaganda bulletin and reduce discontent even more, which is quite nice. I always forget that we have those at our disposal. And our scout team has arrived. Let us send these guys, I guess. Ice crevasse, snow burrows, a deep hollow, the coal mine we've already been to, winter home I think we've already been to, snow cliff, or frozen grove. I think we've got to go here, just because it's the closest one and we can get some stuff quickly. If there's anything there, that would be nice. And let me quickly see here. What do we do in the factory? Automatons requires at least 1 worker, production queue empty. Factory will produce 1 automaton from 100 steel and 100 wood, 50 coal, and 1 steam core. Holy heck, we can actually produce the automatons. Yes, assign the 1 worker and schedule me 1 automaton. And you know what? Get to work now. We're going to put an emergency shift on this thing because I want that automaton as soon as possible. Could not resume production. Requires wood. We don't have enough wood. Oh, can we assign people here? No, we don't have enough people to do that. Oh, that's annoying. I don't want to put another 24-hour shift on. I will extend the work hours again, just to get more stuff for us, but we should be not too far away from getting more wood here. we have to prepare if we have any chance of surviving. Yeah, there's the dip to 70 again. Oh, it means I have to turn all of these back on, which is fine because hopefully soon and won't be quite as expensive to turn on. But look at that, 133 of our people are sick. We need to upgrade our housing, but we don't have enough wood to do it. We need to set up more sawmills to get more wood. Hopefully we can do that once we get more automatons. Food is being gotten, which is good. We've got 100 wood. What did it say? 1 automaton from 100 steel. How long does this take to... Waiting for workers. How long does this take to happen? So we didn't even use this workshop, which is annoying. A traitor among us, Captain, one of our engineers, is spreading lies about you, accusing you of tyranny. His lectures on history are popular with both the workers and the engineers. This makes him all the more dangerous. Lock him up. Get him out of here. Discontent might rise, but that's fine. So no one's working on this, which is annoying. I think we're going to have to pull some engineers from somewhere. Most likely our steel. Do we have people working in the hothouse? We've got no engineers working there. We should pull our workers out of the hothouse because it's not doing anything right now, annoyingly. Also, we should put the heating on here again. I keep forgetting, but it always needs to be done. And annoyingly, I'm going to pull a couple of engineers away from research to put them into the factory so we can actually start to get this automaton, which I have no idea how long it's going to take. Base efficiency, 40%. Looks like it's going to take a while. Like a few days, maybe, which is not great. Heater efficiency upgrade researched. Nice. How are we doing on coal? So coal is actually almost on the rise. We should do another technology here. Improves the workplace integration of automatons, boosting their efficiency by 10% to 70. Automatons will make 20 wood and 20 steel less to make, or will cost less to make, sorry. And then prosthetics will cost 5 less steel to make. Okay. I'm thinking coal mine optimization, coal mines, steam coal mines, and advanced coal mines will be 10% more efficient. Gather post installation. We've got cookhouse installation. Cookhouse will be warmer, +1 heat level. That sounds pretty good. Healthcare installation seems even better, though. Medical post infirmaries, houses of healing, and care houses will be warmer. I think we need to go for that one next. We can't do any of these yet because we don't have enough wood. So we'll wait until we get to 30 before we try and do that again. Oh, I'm not confident right now. I'm not super confident. What do we need to build the outpost depot? Okay, we can build an outpost depot. Can we only build one outpost depot? Because we've only got one spot for it. Oh, no, we can build another one here. Okay, so we'll throw that there. We'll attach that to the city. I guess like so, but we need wood to do it. Of course we do. Thankfully, they can get there and build without the path, which is nice. Oh, no. Final warning. People are furious, sir. People are extremely discontent with your ruling. We can send the guards to calm them down, or we must hold our faith. Send the guards to calm them down. Jeez. Also, can we round more people up for prison? Can we do that again yet? Not yet. One more day. Okay. I will turn off the extended work hours. I will try and gain back your trust. I will turn off the extended work hours that are on over here. And if I could, I would cancel the 24-hour shift. Even though it is going to get us some more stuff here. There we go. Look at that discontent. Oh my goodness. Discontent falling like crazy. A new automaton has been built. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy right here. Can I assign you to this? I can. Boom. Go and work on that freaking sawmill. Now, ideally, we want our automatons on coal mines, I think. But we can build more automatons if we have more wood and steel. And so I think the priority right now is getting them to produce more wood and steel, right? Is this done? It is. We just need to set up a path in order to be able to use it. And so let's go ahead and do something like this. It's not a very good path. It's not very efficient, but I don't think it really matters too much just yet. Also, do I have to do this? Maybe? Possibly. I think they also have to actually build the path, so we'll let them do that. Let's turn the generator back online. Bring it back up. Heat everybody up here. And then, did we get any tech going? We didn't. Let's get healthcare installation running so that our buildings here, our medical posts, don't have to be turned on every single time, because this is a bit tedious and I always forget, and we need those places to be warm. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get more wood. We should probably at this point build another sawmill if we can. So resources, sawmill. Let's put another one of those like right here, I guess, maybe. Yeah, I'll put it like here. So we can have one sawmill that people work at and one sawmill that the automaton works at to just, you know, rapidly increase the amount of wood that we get Coal is still on the fall, eh? Let's drop that down to level 2 real quick so we can try and extend the time there. Healthcare, installation, research. Nice. We're getting through research quite quickly here. I like it. I like it a lot. Could do another generator range upgrade, although I don't necessarily think we need that. I think the next thing we should go for might well be one of, like, these things. What does a wall drill do? Drills into the walls of our crater, uncovering trees that once formed the forest before the ice engulfed them, providing up to 160 wood per standard workday. That's pretty cool. You know what? Yeah, let's build one of those. For now, I am going to assign people to this sawmill, and I am going to turn the heater on there. But I think what we'll probably do soon is maybe get rid of one of these sawmills and then assign the automaton to a wall drill. Because I think the wall drill can get more... Because what? This can get 6 wood per hour with the automaton. Is that different with the people? Yeah. 6 wood per hour, 20 hours, that's like, what, 130, 140-ish wood per day? And so, it's only a little bit of a bump for the other... For the wall drill. But the research is quite quick. And so, we'll go for it. We'll see how it works. We can pass a new law. I think we should definitely pass... Oh, I don't know. Food's an interesting one, but I think for now I'm going to go with the fighting arena so that we can lower discontent every evening. It does mean we have to build a fighting arena, which is not the best, but it's definitely doable. And for now I'm going to put it right here. My city layout is actually horrible, but we've got a lot of space. No, I don't want 2. I do not want to have 2 of these. Cancel. I wish to build a path that connects to this, like that, and that should fulfill the promise of building a fighting arena for us. The automaton's getting us wood, which is nice. You guys are not building... Let me set this to infinite. I just always want more automatons if you have the ability to do so. That might come back to bite us in the backside when we need our steel and wood, and it builds another one anyway. Urgent need for treatment. Captain, our people have gathered in protest. Oh, disperse the crowd. I can't... There's no need for more medical posts. I think the number of medical posts we have is fine. We have to treat the systemic problems, not just the medical posts. Also, the cookhouse needs to come online. Holy heck. It's so cold. Fighting arena built. Okay. This is good. So people will now lose discontent at the fighting arena. You guys are waiting. Oh, you're waiting for me to explore. I see. Okay. On the verge of death. The scouts will bring the survivors to our city safely. Again, we gotta leave them. We don't have the space. So I guess in that scenario, head on over to the camp. The camp sounds like it could have resources. At this point, we're just on like a pillaging expedition. We're just trying to get as many resources as we possibly can to try and just stay alive, basically. Oh, we need to send out a scouting team. I noticed that we have 29 people starving and 29 people hungry. This is fixable. Do I have to actually put like a path here? This is not connected, I guess. Oh, it doesn't go in. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Connect this up, please. We were so close. It's like a tiny little bit of pathway here that would allow me to send out another outpost team so we can actually start getting a lot of food from the fishing pond or whatever it was called. Holy heck. Oh gosh, the frame rate. There's the autosave. Okay. So they're going to build that pretty soon, which is good. At which point we can gather a team. 10 citizens must be available. Think we're going to take them away from the here? Yeah, let's go ahead and assign a team. And let's send them over to the fishing village here. Go build an outpost and get us 100 fish per day, please. We need it. Desperately. Hungry mother. Sir, a woman has come to plead with you. She wants more food rations, but the cooks say she's already received her allowance. Discontent will rise. Hope will fall slightly. I won't bend the rules. Hope can't fall. And so it really doesn't change all that much. There's our coal delivery, which is nice. Those guys are on the way out, which is good. Okay. Okay. Things are not going terribly. They're pretty bad. We got a lot of ill and a lot of starving and not a lot of resources. But for the most part, things are not too bad. I think we should... I don't know if the houses cost more and or if they hold more people. Allows us to build comfortable houses. A comfortable house will hold 10 people. Well protected from the weather. It's so expensive. 25 steel. I think for now... I'm going to start building bunkhouses that replace the initial tents that we have here. So like this one right here, replace it with a bunkhouse. Just to slowly but surely start to make all of our people warmer in their homes, right? That's the plan at least. All right, let's see about getting some food. One of our people died. We're down to 219. Still a good amount of people left, which is nice. Back up to 60 degrees, which is good. Down to 70 and then 80 over here on day 42. So I guess the game doesn't end on day 40, which is nice. Maybe the storm hits on day 40? Oh. Fear the storm, food theft causes riots. So we investigated the discrepancies between the raw food use and the output of the cookhouses. It turns out the cooks are stealing food. People are furious. We caught one thief. Make an example of them. One person will be executed. Post guards to survey the cooks. I won't address that right now. I kind of want to do both. I want to post guards and I want to make an example of them. We're going to make an example of them because discontent falls when we do that. And we need discontent to fall. It's quite high right now. There's... Whoa! Why are there prisoners on the streets? What the heck? Why does this happen? Why is the prison... Is the prison like out of order or something? Go round up the prisoners. Holy heck. Our discontent just rose drastically. Also, I think we can put out another propaganda letter again. There we go. A massive drop in discontent. Research is almost done. This is good. All right, let's do some more research here. I'm not going to go for houses because I don't think we need it. The infirmary, maybe? Allows us to build infirmaries. A steam-heated infirmary with 10 beds. The sick are treated faster than a medical post. And the gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. Not enough steel. So if we get to 20 steel, we can build infirmaries and get rid of our medical posts, which would be fantastic because they are not particularly great right now. We got a team waiting at Camp Vulcan. Ever the skeptic. You're going the wrong way. The scientists mistook us for refugees, but after we tell them about our city, they're nonplussed. It's probably too close to the storm to withstand it. Well, you might consult Nansen on that if you reach him in the south. There's work here to be done. We could convince them to join us so we could show them our city. Bring back 19 engineers is pretty good. Direct the scientists to our city and leave them, or let them go. Let's bring them back. I'm always happy to bring back healthy engineers. We can put them into research. We can have them work on normal stuff if needs be. They're a lot more valuable than the normal workers, and they're healthy, which is, you know, just an added benefit there, which is nice. The food is on its way, guys. Don't worry. 2 hours until they get there, and then I assume about 12 hours until they get back with the first shipment of food. But it's on its way. It's coming. Slowly but surely, it's coming. Oh, no, it's closed because we don't have steel. Okay, so our next... Oh, my goodness. We don't have enough workers in here either. We're down again. 30% efficiency. What is this? I need to... Is it cold here? Turn this on. Turn this on. These ones, turn this on. Leave it on. That's freezing, but I don't think anyone's working there, so that's fine. I'm also going to turn these on temporarily to get some research going faster, even though we're not doing research right now, but I believe we can go ahead and unlock one at this point. So let's go for maybe coal mining optimization? Steam steelworks? Steam wall drill. Let's go for steam steelworks. Yeah. We'll go for that. Also, we should build one of these wall sawmills, right? Resources, wall drill. Where can I punch this into the wall? Oh, over here, I see. Okay. So if we do this, build a path to it and put our automaton over there, that should hopefully just ever so slightly increase the amount of wood that we get. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll move this guy over. Alright. These guys are waiting again. What is going on over here? Yeah, build the outpost. 800 coal and then 100 food. So yeah, they're 12 hours away, which is quite far. But 100 food every 12 hours is nothing to stick your nose up at. That's a good amount of extra food we're going to get there, which I'm very much so happy about. We do have, by the way, these, not the watchtowers, the child shelters, which I think are useless at this point because we don't need Hope Risen. And I think, actually, now that I say that, I think if we do get these online, that they help with research. But yeah, kids are helping the engineers, or kids are helping in engineering facilities, but I think these have to be online for that to happen. I think only the kids in the care homes actually help with the research. Maybe, I'm not too sure, but it'd be nice if we could get those guys helping us again. Scouts have returned with more engineers. This is good. Let's divvy them up amongst all of the work posts and maybe even put a few into the factory as well. Although, to be fair, the factory's not doing a whole lot of work these days. All right. Day 39. I'm a little worried, not gonna lie, I'm a little worried that day 40 is going to be the day that the storm hits. And if it does, I think we're done for. Our scouts have arrived back. Let's send them elsewhere, I guess. You guys can go maybe over here, Deep Hollow, Snow Burrows. Oh, no, yeah, look at that. These two are now off limits. Like, they're, or at least they're very cold. It is moving closer. Oh, that fishing village is not going to be good for us. I mean, it is, but it's not going to be good enough for us. Oh, that's not good. We're close to our first shipment of food, but not close enough. So, a dozen or so got drunk and took to the streets. They were chasing after women, yelling that they should have some fun before the storm kills us all. What should we do with them? Send them home. They'll be sent to sober up, but their doom-mongering will affect hope and discontent, or banish them. 12 people will leave. Get out of here. We don't need them. All right, Book of Laws. Let us see what we can do here. I don't think ceremonial funerals is going to do anything for us, but prosthetics, let's do it. Because prosthetics, we've got 48 amputees. And so, how do I produce prosthetics? Could not resume production, requires steel. Factory will produce 1 prosthetic from 10 steel. Closed at this time. Why do you not have... Oh, it's because you're waiting for steel for the automaton? If I cancel that, will it then allow me to make prosthetics? Oh, I see. So I can schedule prosthetics like that, but then it cuts into the automaton time. I see. Okay, so I'll get... Oh, that's annoying, because we need 48 of them. We need so many prosthetics to get all of our workers back online. That's real bad. That is real bad, as it turns out. Would you look at that? We're producing 1,477 coal per day. We're using 1,476. We're far away from gaining a stockpile, but we're gaining a very, very, very slow, like, stockpile of coal, but it's not great. And I think that this right here, the day 43, this ice icon on the map here, does not fill me with confidence. It looks like that might well be the day when the storm hits us and the temperature plummets to gosh knows what, but hopefully not too far. I assume it's going to drop below 100 because we've got 70, 80, and then a big old drop to maybe sub 100, 110. That's so cold. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we're going to make it, guys, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode of FrostPunk there. As always, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you are new here to get notified as soon as new videos go out. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.